We all love this story for the plot and character growth, right? Right? Here are our picks for the best romantic moments from Season 1 of the Under the Oak Tree novel. Number 3. Maxi is proactive for the first time. When Riftan finds out that Maxi's been learning magic from Ruth without telling him, he's furious that Maxi might be put in danger. But soon enough, Riftan asks Maxi to forgive him for losing his temper. It's a sweet, sweet moment of reconciliation that leads to, well, Maxi begins to stroke Riftan's chest and he is immediately aroused. Maxi wonders if she's being too bold but doesn't stop. She asks,
"Were you angry with me?"
It wasn't you I was angry with.
Riftan's voice is shaking. Maxi grows bolder, touching and caressing Riftan further. Maxi feels the heat rise to her head.
Maxi, do you know what you're doing to me right now?
Riftan sounds agitated. Maxi is suddenly fascinated with the muscles of his abdomen. Further, and let's stop here. It's chapter 66 for those of you who would like to read for yourselves. Number 2. Maxi is dancing and Riftan can't control himself. One of the first times that Maxi feels truly liberated is when she is dancing at a village festival. Maxi sings and dances in a circle with other maidens and laughs until her body shakes. All the while, Riftan's been staring and finally he can't take it anymore. He grabs Maxi's arm.
Maxi.
Maxi looks up into his smoldering eyes and she feels an excitement she had never felt before.
Riftan.
He wants her so much that she can literally feel it all the way to her core. And her body shivers like it longs to be touched by him.
Come.
Riftan takes her to a secluded spot for some steamy time. But what's really great about this moment is the heart-stopping tension between Maxi and Riftan that made us swoon. But yes, making out in the woods while there's a whole festival going on just steps away is thrilling to say the least. And that's chapter 94 in case you forgot. Number 1. Riftan can't hold back any longer and kisses Maxi in the rain. And our number 1 romantic moment is the steamy outdoor makeout where Riftan finally admits he's been acting coldly towards Maxi because he wanted to hold back from touching her. Maxi and Riftan are taking advantage of a storm to try and clean up after weeks of traveling. They wash in the rain with a sheet hanging between them to give Maxi privacy, but just when she goes to put her clothes back on, the sheet falls down. And there is Riftan, standing as immobile as a stone statue, staring at her with fire in his eyes. Riftan looks mesmerized as though he had never seen her naked before, and Maxi feels strangely helpless and aroused at the same time. Maxi snatches her clothes from the branch and quickly covers her chest. When Riftan is in front of her in a flash, he grabs her hand and says in a low voice,
Don't. Let me look at you a little longer. You have no idea how much I have been.
Maxi shudders like a bird caught in a trap and gazes up at him through her lashes. Riftan lets out a suppressed groan, and his body shakes as though he were trying to restrain himself. Then, as if he found it impossible to resist the temptation right before him, he reaches out. And if you want to know what happens after that, you can read it for yourself in chapter 130. We guarantee it will make your heart beat faster. As for an honorable mention, we can't forget that moment when Maxi is captivated by Riftan's perfect behind. In chapter 103, Riftan comes back from fighting monsters. He's covered with blood, and because he doesn't want Maxi to see him like that, he washes himself outside. But Maxi does see him, standing by the well dripping wet, and she's not the only one who noticed. All the maids are goggling at her man, and Maxi is not happy about it. She drags him to their bedchamber, and as Riftan dries himself off, Maxi can't help staring. Not just staring. As if in a trance, she approaches him and strokes his back muscles. Flinching, Riftan tries to stop her because he thinks she isn't in good health. But, well, we know. Then Riftan says something that made our skin tingle.
You were sneaking looks at me like you wanted to gobble me up, then urged me to hold you.
Does the man have eyes in the back of his head or what? What do you think? Did we cover your favorite romantic moments? Or are there other scenes that made you swoon? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more great Under the Oak Tree content.